Hello and welcome to Betrayer. It's an interesting looking game. I played a little bit of it just to figure things out so I don't look like a complete idiot when I start playing. But basically, you start out in a strange land. There's a ship crashed and one leaving. As you can see, everything's in black and white. There are splashes of color, as you can see right there. Okay. So when you come across things of interest, they're actually in color. It does make it a little easier to see things too. But to be honest, the black and white does bother me after a while. I'll probably get used to it. But I think the game actually looks a little better in color. But the starkness of this is definitely interesting. We'll just continue up here. This first area is just your basic training. Couple of chests, show you what to do. We'll go ahead and go through here, and then I'll turn the color back on after this area. Little Red Riding Hood. Someone. A note. I do not know who you are or why you've come here, but you should turn back lest you become trapped in this place as I am. Oh, we can't really go back. The boat left. Even in black and white, I still think this is a really pretty game. Got some good fog effects, I think. Dear Sir or Madam, I have come into possession of a number of fine items of exceptional quality and indisputable value. As a token of my good faith, I offer you a free bow in hopes that you may survive long enough to become a regular customer. Arrows will be free for a limited time as well. Beware that they may sometimes deflect from armored enemies, so be sure to carry plenty and recover them when you can. I will put my trust in your honor to leave payment for whatever else you choose to purchase. Respectfully, John Howe, Merchant. Alright, let's see. So we have a cracked longbow, damage 30. Or we can buy the shoddy longbow, which it's only 35, is it? Yeah. Yeah. I think this will be fine. Because your well-being is important to me, both fiscally and sentimentally, I feel I should advise you that enemies are easiest to slay if you catch them unaware, for their rage makes them stronger. Shots to the head will also inflict more grievous injury than those to the trunk or limbs. Please rely on me whenever you find yourself in need of deadlier implements of warfare. The Merchant again. Let's see. I think there's somebody up here. Yep. Missed. There we go. What do you got? A crude pistol, broken. And a glass bead. Where'd that other arrow go? Don't know. Alright, so when you come across some item, enemies can drop items, but most of the time they're shoddy or broken. And if they're broken, you turns them into scrap, which gives you a little bit of money, a little bit of loot. Doesn't actually have a term for the money other than loot. The weapons you recover from slain adversaries are generally of poor quality, being both feebler and more cumbersome to employ than you may desire. The weapons I offer are guaranteed to do more harm and do it faster. And here we are in Fort Henry. Yep. This is about where I finished up. We're up here in this top corner forest edge. And nice, and I'm not exactly sure what the overarching story is here, but lots of exploration. Every one of these circles has something in it. But since, here we are, contrast and color. So we'll turn the color up. Let me see. There we go. This is how I like it. Give or take, I may fiddle with those settings a little bit more, but when it's like this, definitely a good looking game in my opinion. A tomahawk. It was remiss of me not to mention enemies are more likely to discover you if you are moving. Crouching makes you significantly harder to detect and allows you to move quietly. Use the wind to your advantage. Gusts will mask your footsteps, making it easier to run up behind your foes without alerting them. Oh, there should be somebody around here. There he is. Come on, stop moving. They ain't human. Hey, buddy. Okay, that hurt me a little bit more than it should have. Or I should have just shot him. Alright, yeah, we're going up to that fort there. Another letter. Several among the council are wary of treating with the naturals, but I believe we have convinced them of the necessity, for we cannot assume that Sir Christopher will outfit us a resupply fleet with sufficient urgency to ensure it reaches us from England before we have no more need of it. We will starve before spring without succor. Nobody's here. I hope the bow gave you has been reasonable service, but would encourage you to consider some of my finer wares. I accept coin or barter as you see fit. Check back from time to see what I've acquired. And either I can't carry it or I don't have enough. Small trowel. Drinking from a barrel will restore your health, and water skin if you have one. Indian arrows most likely intended for the head of a sentry. Let's Another note. The Indian king, who they call Varance, was much pleased by our gifts of tools and trinkets, and gave us in return an abundance of corn and bear meat, which is an excellent victual. I guess you can't go in any of the buildings, maybe? Oh, yeah, that was the one. No room ammo-wise. Although the figure appears human, it is only ash and ember. And it explodes when shot. Crude charm of soldiery. Okay, so is that equipped? Yeah. Something appears to be buried here, but it's so rocky it will take more than a trowel. So apparently I need to find a shovel too. Musket load. Oh, you're another one of those ash things, aren't you? Figures that appear human but are only ash and ember. An ornate bell, remounted where it hung. More coins. And more Indian arrows, either a large-scale attack or several smaller ones. I don't see anything. Drink from water skin to restore your health. Oh, so I must have gotten a water skin. According to our prisoner, the Spaniards seek to destroy settlements that might be used for privateering against their treasure fleets and will surely come at us again. We need reinforcements if we are to repel further attacks. So was it the natives or the Spaniards that cleared this place out? Oh. Ah, back to black and white. Just like a night world. An item. Human eyeball. Made of stone, strangely heavy and warm. I didn't see a note over here before. Lord Governor has determined we cannot spare any men to send to Fort Henry, for we are harried constantly by the Naturals, who have recently grown more hostile towards us for unknown reasons. Did you ruin one of their burial grounds or some other special place? Petrified ear, like the eye you found, it is heavy and warm. Seems you can hear things you couldn't before. Hey buddy. Though you mouth words, no sound issues forth. I've got an eye and an ear. Am I to assume this is a tongue? Yep, petrified tongue, too heavy and warm. Seems you can now speak to those that couldn't hear you before. I'm assuming that would be this guy. Where is Martha? Who is Martha? Your wife. Who are you? I am Captain William Eastgrove. Where did you last see her? On a hillside. We were sitting together. I was holding her hand, talking about our son. I shall find her for you if I can. Hello, miss. Maiden in red. Hate to interrupt, but who are you talking to? I was speaking to a wraith named William Eastgrove. But I see no one. He appeared in the dark when I rang the bell and vanished when daylight returned. In the dark? How can that be? The sun has not moved in the sky. Are you certain of what you saw? I couldn't see him until I found this strange eyeball. That is an unsettling discovery, and an odd thing to pick up. Didn't know what it was at first, thought it might be useful. I personally find the tongue more unsettling. You didn't lick the wraith, I hope, though I confess I am suddenly curious as to what one might. That's a weird one there. Curious what one might taste like. Who are you? I can't remember. I am sure that I lived here, for this place is familiar, but it's like a dream I can't quite recall. Are you the one that fired the arrow that said to turn back? Do you remember anything? My sister. I have been searching for her, but I can't remember her name either. Perhaps she is hiding from the Spaniards, for they seem more beasts than men. Spaniards? I have seen no one but you since I awoke in the forest days ago. I assure you there are no Spaniards here. Not anymore. See, seemed real enough. One of us not seeing the world. Okay, we'll go with they seemed real enough. Like the darkness? And the wraith? What did he want of you anyway? He is searching for his wife. I would help you find her, but it is hard to track what one cannot see, and I must seek my sister. Please, let me know if you see her. We are twins, so she should be easy to recognize. Where shall I find you if I have news to report? Let us meet in this fort for now. I would also like to learn the outcome of your search for the wraith's wife. I can't help but worry what's become of her. Very well. Alright, so listen. X. Sounds like something's coming from that direction there. Yeah, it sounds like over there. But I just saw this. Break it! Oh? Was he there before? Another ash figure. Well, we'll see if we have any money. If I can get the shoddy longbow. Eh, it's only one. That's only 5 more than what I already got. And not enough to get anything. But this looks like a good place to call this episode, so thank you for watching.